Says I'm live. There we go. It looks like my internet's a little crappy tonight. Once you guys can hear me and see me, let me know if you can hear me and see me. 5 people. All right. Who all's on? Can you hear me? Can you see me okay? I'm solo tonight. Hey, Mark B. I'm going to try to go on here, Michelle, and make you a moderator on Cosmos and Spread. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? Hey, Karen. Can anybody hear me? Hey, Beth. All right. Let me just see if I can get in here. And yes. Let's see here. All right. Let me just see if I can get in here. And yes. How is everybody tonight? There we go. Is everybody okay? Michelle, you should be a moderator with Cosmos and Spread now as well. I'm waiting for Miss Christine to jump on, the birthday girl. There she is. Happy birthday, Christine. Hey, Tina. It says my internet is really bad tonight, so we're going to see what happens. Let me know if you guys at some point can't hear me or see me. Hey, Kira, how's it going? How's your doggy? So over here. I do have set up right here the REM pod and a flashlight and a cat ball. So if anybody sees anything going on and I don't see it, let me know. Looking forward to Halloween. So am I. It's, still early for Halloween, but that's my birthday. We'll be having a celebration then too. So tonight, I wanted to jump on because it's been a week. Oh, good, Kira. Thank you. Pictures rough, audio is all right. Okay, good. Maybe it'll get better. I'm going to turn the wireless off on my other devices. But was hoping that we could celebrate Christine's birthday with her because she's on here all the time with you guys. So it is her birthday. I did take her to lunch for her birthday to a really good brewery that we went to for the end of my cancer. So that was awesome. All the end of my cancer treatments. And the guy remembered, and that was back in 2012. So about 9 years ago. So how is everybody? I see Mark, Wayside Wade. How you doing? Michelle, Laura, Kira, glad your dog is doing better. I don't know that I'll do card readings except for Christine tonight, only because I wanted to change things up a little bit. If anybody wants to come up on screen with me live and tell their spookiest paranormal experience ever, that would be awesome. I bet you do wish your birthday was on Halloween. But before that, Christine, what cards do you want me to use? What are you feeling? Let me know and I'll do a card reading for you. What's Wade doing? Mine? Okay. I could do that. I can do that. Another good friend of mine's birthday is today as well. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So Wade, if you want to come up and talk, all I do is I'll put the link to invite you in, and then you click on the link and I'll actually bring you onto the screen, and then you can tell your little story. How does that sound? All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards for Christine. Hi, 16 people that are on here with us. You're up for it? All right, awesome. Cool. Let me do Christine's reading really quick, and then we will, I'll give you the link. Okay, Laura, if you want to come up after Wade, you can come up and tell your story. That would be fabulous. I thought it'd be fun to have people, come on that are on here with us. Hey, Lindsay. I'm trying to get Christine to come up too and talk about our investigation we had there. Okay. All right. I'm getting some cards for Christine. Yes, of course, Michelle, you can do that. You can do that. So what I'm going to do after I get done with Christine's reading, hey, Terry, then I'll put the link in. I don't know why Siri, every time I say, hey, Terry, Siri wants to talk. I'll put the link in the comments to share with you guys, and then I'll just bring you up one at a time. So we'll start with Wade, and then Laura, and then Michelle, and then Terry. How's that? All right, let's see what we have for Christine's birthday. Happy birthday, Christine. We tried to get this brewery to let us investigate, to let me schedule an investigation today. Siri's your sister. And he's like, what's in it for me? Like, what's the advantage to me? And it's like, because we're freaking awesome. What do you mean? What's in it for you? Right? All right, I got 2 of my 3 cards. I'm going to do for Christine, since it's her birthday. She's going to get the cards tonight, and it's past, present, and future. And I hope you're going to be able to see them if my internet is bad. Okay, so she chose my cards. So for those of you that don't know, I have my own set of oracle cards with my photography. Exactly, Tina, right? And so she chose my cards. I'm doing past, present, and future. So Miss Christine, your past has been a lot of strength, bravery, and respect. I don't know if you can see that, but it is the bison from Yellowstone. Strength, bravery, and respect. So you have commanded with your strength and your bravery, you've commanded respect in your past. And I believe in past lives as well. Yes, I do, Karen. And I went back and watched it. I didn't really see it. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it just was visible to you guys, or are you saying it's in back of me now? So Christine, again, your past was strength and bravery, and you commanded respect just like the bison does. Christine, your present is, because of all of that and your longevity and your ability to demand that respect, you've got a lot of pride in your victories, like the eagle. Hey, Shandy. And this eagle is in, I believe this one's in Metamora, Indiana. It's part of that group. So yeah, that is your present. Your future, Is the crystal ball in the snow, and just like no snowflake is the same. Nothing is as it appears. So just like every snowflake is its own thing, its own entity, it also added with the crystal ball, nothing is as it appears. So your future could be very drastically different than what you think it's going to be, is what I'm getting out of this. And I'm not getting anything negative. I'm just getting that you are making new pathways for yourself, for your future, because you're demanding that respect. And so your future can be something totally different than what you think it is. Christine, let me know if that resonates with you. All right. So lots of auto-correcting happening. So Christine, I don't know if you're going to come up. Are you going to come up with me? Because I'll actually do you first before Wade, since you're the birthday girl. Let me know. And Karen, is there a shadow behind me now? That's what I think, Tina. Is that what you're getting as well? All right. Well, I'm going to put the link in, ladies first. Really good cards. Christine, do you want to come up? Christine, let us know if you're going to come up first. If not, then Wade, come on up. No, it wasn't us. We're not changing. No, we might change the Prius group's name. Your laptop is updating. Okay, well then Wade, why don't you come up first? And Christine, if your laptop gets updated, then you can come up later. Come on, Wade. Yeah, we were talking about changing the Prius group name to RIP Society instead of Prius, but not sure what we're going to do because Joe's not sure he wants to keep doing it. So I might have to do it myself. So I'm not sure. Wade, did you get the link? Or am I lagging, Laura? I'm sorry. I do too, Terry. It is, real with integrity paranormal society is kind of what I'm going with. But then rest in peace, it has that connotation as well. So I thought it was a little bit shorter and more fun. I'm not seeing Wade. Wade, are you coming? Hey, Sandra. Okay, thanks, Mark. I don't know. We can talk about the RIP Society a little bit. Tina and I discussed it, and we've got some concerns, so I'm not sure. Thanks, Lindsay. Okay, Wade's getting on a newer phone. I want to go and buffering. I want to go and watch your tractor pull video that you just put out. How you doing, Sandra? I saw Mark share your video for tomorrow night. What am I doing here? I wish that cat ball or flashlight or REM pod would do something back there. You're buffering on your end, Wade. Laura, do you want to come up? Oh, Tuesday? Okay, I thought it was tomorrow. For anybody that jumped on more recently, I'm inviting people to come up and chat and tell their spookiest paranormal experience. Hey, Miss Southern Belle, Miss Susan. So I'm going to put the link in here again. There's Laura. I'm going to put the link in here again. We're going to talk to Laura first. Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
I'll put my earbuds in here. Stuff. Wait a second. All right. Okay. I've got Terry and also Wade. So Laura, we'll have you tell your scariest first, and then I'll bring Wade in. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can everybody else hear me? Go ahead, Laura.
I don't really have a scary one because I just started my channel in July. But a week ago, I did a video of me trying to contact my dad's spirit. And I believe I did because I had this cold feeling around me and my whole body was in goosebumps.
Ooh.
And I believe it was my dad giving me a hug. So,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time I've ever been touched by a spirit.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I don't have any scary ones yet because I really haven't. My channel hasn't really gotten that big yet. So
right. Well, and it could be any experience, but I'm sure that you'll have lots to tell us whenever as you start investigating more.
Right.
That would be awesome. That's going to be awesome. So
well,
exciting for you.
It feels like the cold spot, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And what area are you in, Laura?
I am in Iowa.
Iowa. Okay. So do you have lots of places you can go, local places, historic places?
There are quite a few cemeteries. There's 2 I've been to so far. We do have a historical theater that was open in 1910 to 1918, and it still goes.
Nice.
I haven't yet gone in there to see if they do tours or anything. So.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, I really like to do that next.
Awesome. That is so awesome. Well, I'm glad that your first experience was with your dad. That is pretty cool. Awesome, Karen. So that is really, really cool. Thanks for coming on here and sharing with us.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Anybody, can one of the moderators please share Laura's link to her? Because I don't think she's a moderator. Can you share the link to her channel so we can help support her, please? All right. There's Wade. Uh-oh.
That was my lighting better? Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Except I can hear my... I'm echoing.
Okay. I don't have any earbuds, and I apologize for my disheveled look. I had to blend in with the locals at the county fair, so... So yeah, the most intense and extensive experience I ever had was probably back around 2012, 2013. I was dating someone, and she had a daughter, and they would just get into these big headbutting, yelling matches. And the daughter was in her bedroom, and the girlfriend was with me in the master bedroom. And all of a sudden, I just felt like this strong wind go through the room. Like it seemed so forceful that it could have shut the door, and the girlfriend screamed, and it was some sort of entity that was just so upset and angry. I mean, I've never had an experience like that before. It was really intense. And yeah, she had admitted that she's had something hanging around, whether it's attached to her. And I do Reiki, and I'm a Reiki master, so I did what I could to force the entity out of the apartment with Reiki symbols and things. And we set up some protective tokens around the apartment, and it seemed to have worked. Except the downside was I hung out with a friend at the time in the same apartment complex, and we were both hanging out in the apartment together where he lived. And we both heard this simultaneous knock on this press board, closet door. It has a distinct sound to it. And I didn't say anything, and he goes, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
So I think this entity was upset and followed me and tried to go after him. He moved to another apartment, and we had more activity in that apartment. And then he even had activity on his own. So I don't know if it's the same entity, but pretty intense.
Did you try doing Reiki with him?
No, he's not the kind of person who is really into that stuff and wouldn't accept it. And I don't think he'd take it seriously.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So at least I was protected.
Right. So Mark says you helped him.
Yes, I did send some distance Reiki to Mark. He said that something was attached to him and he was going through a rough time. So I hope it worked. I hope it helped. He said it did. So that, it's nice that we can help the community out, do what we can with our talents and skills.
Absolutely. T wants to know where the location.
Location of where I'm at now or where I had this event.
Where you had the event.
I was in Marshfield, Wisconsin, central Wisconsin.
Oh. Tina has a daughter that lives in Wisconsin.
Okay. Yep, I was just at the Clark County Fair, close to where I grew up, and just did a whole series of videos. I'll be uploading them over the week, so it gets loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch those for sure.
Yeah, I did a tractor pull and then a truck and tractor pull the next night, and then lawnmower races last night and demolition derby today. So got a whole week planned up ahead.
Excellent.
It's just nice to get out, and do a fair, be at a fair. Got some cheese curds in there. That's fun.
Ours this year, our county fair, completely rained out.
Oh.
And that's the last rain we've had.
Yeah.
Mid-June.
Yep.
Yeah.
They really need to get some rain out in Montana on the West Coast. I mean, I think that's still major drought out there.
It is. I've probably been 4 weeks without rain.
Wow.
Here in Indiana.
Yeah. When I was out in Montana, I was out there for like 3 weeks, and it would just sprinkle lightly, but you'd never get even a half inch of rain for weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a good friend that's out there that we want to go visit. And it's not looking good for this year.
Yeah. Yeah. While I was out there, they said June is their wet month too, their wet season. So that's even more alarming, I would think.
Yeah. Hi, Chairman. Karen, Mark B did put it in there. Mark B, can you put Wade's in as well? All right. I'm going to bring Terry up now. Thank you, Wade.
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate being able to share my story.
Absolutely.
Great to be here. See you.
Bye. Okay. Hi, Terry. Hold on just one second. Now that I'm not echoing, everybody, Mark, if you can please put Wade's, or somebody can put Wade's link up as well. You guys should go and check him out. He does find some awesome places. He's not really paranormal. Sometimes it happens, but he explores some really cool places. Mark B did put Laura's link in. I don't know what we're saying about with Shandy. Very good. Thank you, Mark. All right. Hey, girl, what's up over there in California?
Hey, it's hot. It's dry.
You're in Southern SoCal, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, but I'm in the mountains right now. So I'm about 100 miles from LA.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
I'm in LA a lot. But I live in the mountains. So anyway, I have a lot of paranormal experiences, but I'm going to narrow it down to one story. And that was I saw Hat Man. And I saw Hat Man. I saw Cowboy Hat Man. And it was at my friend's house in LA. I don't know if any of you in the chat have seen my old videos I call it the creepy house. It's an old craftsman house. Okay. It was built in 1914. And there was like a carriage garage, and it was empty at the time. It was just like brick floor, like totally creepy, Yeah. And I was sleeping on the floor, just like on like a mattress pad, or like, I don't know what it was, yoga mat, or like something, And there's the kitchen window about 15 feet in front of me, No curtains on the windows, nothing. And it was during the fall. And, I was alone and I fell asleep. But this was not lucid dreaming, you guys, like nothing like that. So I was waiting for my friend to come home and I was aware. I was like awake, and I was just like, I heard rustling outside of the door and I said, oh, my friend's home. And then I waited for her to come in and she didn't come in. And so I was just like laying there. And then I heard the rustling go around the house, like, because there was a lot of leaves. It was in the fall. And I was like, okay, what the hell is that? And then before you know it, like, your spider senses just, they go off. And I was laying down, I just kind of propped up and I looked directly at the window and just stared at this thing in the window that was a solid mass. He had a wide brim hat. I could tell he was staring at me, even though he had no features. I could feel it. Right. And I just stared at him. I didn't even blink, right? And it felt like forever. I saw that he was wearing a riding coat and he had like ripples in the riding coat. I saw all that. And then I just like I said, I just stared him down because I didn't know what else to do. I was, and then it kind of went and it faded out of the window. And I was like, okay, you do that whole logic thing, you go through all this, and I'm like, what the hell? And I called my friend frantically and this whole thing. But what was weird about it, because as I was trying to figure it out logically what it was, outside of that window, the direction that it went in was a washer and dryer. So I was like, there's no way it could have, like, it wasn't a person. And it was way too big. It was way too big. And I was so freaking scared that I wrote it a note. Like, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? It was like almost the middle of the night at this point. And my friend was like, well, call medium or something. So I called randomly, was calling numbers, got a medium, and they were like, oh, you opened a portal. I'm like, how the hell did I open a portal? I didn't open a portal. Right. So I was like, how do I close it? And they said, write it a note. So I said, okay. So I wrote it a note. I just said, don't come back. You scared me. I don't want to see you again. Please leave me alone. And I realized what scared me the most about this, it's like, why me? Like, what, not just what are you? It's like an invasion. It's like, it's like, what, why me? It made me cry. I was so upset that I was like, because I didn't know who he was. I was like, who are you and why me? And so that's really the most amazing thing that I've seen. But the most amazing thing that's happened to me, which was horrible, was when I was a kid. A lot of paranormal stuff used to happen to me for whatever reason. But this one time, I'll just say it. My father used to beat me when I was a kid, and I used to run out the screen door. And he can't catch me because he was a big fat man. He couldn't catch me. So I would run down the sidewalk, like up the street, always the same way, same time. And this one time, something went like that to my shoulders, like extended its arm, and I couldn't run. And I looked behind me, and my dad was catching up with me, and he caught me because this thing was holding me. And he,
Wow.
So,
holy crap.
Right. And then, I just dropped some videos too, where like straight out paranormal crazy stuff. Like this thing, it's just a short part, but it's the only paranormal thing that happened on this one video. But it's in the forest here, and in the ground was like this iron box. It was like an iron lid. It felt like a manhole cover, and I'm totally clearly taking video. And you could hear this manhole cover like go clink, 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 clink. And I was like, what the hell? And it totally moved. So I've been investigating that area because I feel like it's a time warp. Like it was an old summer camp from the 70s up here. And it's been shut down since the 70s. And I actually heard a woman's voice say, welcome to summer camp. In this weird, and I played it over and over because most people can't hear it. And they're like, oh, we hear something. But I'm like, I wish there was an audio person out there who can strip away everything, because I played it over and over until I heard what she said. And she said, welcome to summer camp. And that's what it is. It's a summer camp, these little cabins that I go to.
Right.
So I just dropped a video on this, the same. I had to go back and investigate what moved that thing. You know, I had to debunk it, like whatever.
Right.
So I picked it up. I'm like, this is heavy as hell. I'm like, there's nothing that could have moved this thing. There was no animal, nothing. But that wasn't the trippy part today. What was trippy is I went into this warehouse and it was like a vortex of time. Right when I walked into the warehouse, okay, there's no wind, nothing. I walk into the warehouse and all of a sudden, like the warehouse door started making noises. And then I was just like, stop. And it stopped. And then I was like, okay, do it again. Like I was like tripping out on it. I was like trying to go, I was like, no, it's nothing, right? And then the more I started listening to it, it sounded like the noises were from another time. Like it's almost like they were working or opening the door, the warehouse door. It was just weird. And I was like, okay, so I'm kind of tripping on this whole area. And also
Right.
where I live, it's called Pine Mountain Club, California. And it's
Okay.
a UFO hotspot too, and it's been documented. So you can Google it, Pine Mountain
Mm-hmm.
Club, and all kinds of UFO activity and it's just about anything you could think of. But right now, I mean, I'm up here, I'm not in LA investigating. So I'm like, just go to the cabins and see what you find. Well, phew, I sure did find some crazy energy up there. So I hope you guys
Wow.
check that out.
We
But that's the
will.
story.
We will for sure. Hey, Nikki. So Michelle from Cosmos and Spread, she did is also the paranormal experiencer, and she does stories because she doesn't have anything documented as far as filmed. So she does stories about her childhood, and she did a story recently about the hat. Her dad saw the Hat Man.
Oh yeah, which one? Because there's different Hatmans.
I don't know. Maybe she'll say when she comes on.
Okay.
I'm surprised she hasn't commented anything. Hey,
Well,
Nicole.
come on up.
Yeah, here, I'm going to put it in here again.
But yeah, thanks for having me up, Stephanie. I just wanted to tell you that and say hi to you. I'm glad we were able to chat for a second.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad too, because I just thought, I know other channels are kind of doing a little bit of this and like Parashare or whatever. And I thought,
It's
well,
great.
instead of, I could do cards all night like we did the other night, but let's just talk about the really cool experiences that we've had, whether they're spooky or just like Laura's, having her dad hug her or whatever. That's pretty daggone cool.
It is cool. Yeah. I agree.
So,
thanks for doing this for us, Stephanie. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. That's kind of cool that you're up in the mountains and not down. I'm not an LA person, but
Yeah, well, I was, that's where I'm from, but I had to get away, so.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I'm glad you're able. How far away are you from LA right now?
About 100 miles.
Oh, okay. So you aren't close. Got it.
It's a little bit more. It actually takes me like to get into like Hollywood area, like Silver Lake. That's where I hang out. It's where the creepy house is, my friend's house. It's about 2 hours from me. And then my other friend's only about an hour and a half. So it's not that bad. I don't mind driving. I like to drive. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you, Miss.
You're welcome.
Hey, Michelle, are you going to come up, dear?
All right. I'm going to go back in the chat.
Thank you. See you soon. Michelle, did you see the link to come up? Hey, Curtis Citizen. If I missed anybody, good night, Sandra. Michelle, did you see this link? Here it is, dear. Anybody else that wants to come up, come on up and I'll bring you in. Mark B, why don't you get in here? I don't think you have to, if you're still not going to show your face, I don't think you have to actually put the camera on, Mark B. Nicole, you got anything you want to share? Nikki, you want to share anything? Is everybody being shy? Do you want me to share something? Chairman, do you have anything you want to share? Shandy? Shandy's just going to pee her pants. Too quiet? Gotcha. Yes, you can. I don't know how to do that. All right, Michelle, where are you, dear? Okay, I don't even know how to say that. Rendezvous Nosenfants? Sandra from France. Hi. That all rhymes. That all rhymes. Welcome to our channel and our live. Karen, you want to come up? Michelle just figured it out. Oh, look at Nicole being all smart and French now. Terry, you got some awesome stories. Okay, come on up. Oh, here we go. The paranormal. Here's Miss Michelle. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. I'm tired. We've had an extremely long weekend, so I'm like, we just got home like a few minutes before this started. So I'm like, I'm exhausted, but so excited to see you.
Oh my gosh. So now you're still in Kentucky, right?
Yes. Can you see all the boxes? Let's see. Can you see all of our mess back there? All of our boxes? It's a mess.
Yes.
Complete mess.
Oh my goodness, girl. When is your schedule? Like, when is your plan to, do you have like a place to, have you gotten a place? Do you have a plan of when you're leaving?
No, I mean, as soon as possible. The thing is, okay, so our realtor in Florida, apparently there's like floods of people coming down there, and there are things available where we, that we could move into, but they're not meeting our needs. Either they don't allow pets, or it doesn't have a garage. We have to, there's things that we absolutely have to have for that phone call. Hey, we got something available. Let's go.
Right. Oh my goodness. So you're just going to be ready.
In boxes. Yeah, we are living in boxes. We're ready to roll. So.
Oh, you guys are killing me. That's awesome. So I take it you heard Terry's story about the Hat Man.
Yeah.
Or did you hear that? Yeah. Okay. And I was telling her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to just tell real quick what your dad's Hat Man looked like, because she was asking like which Hat Man.
Okay, so sure. My dad, the way he described the Hat Man was he had the round brim hat like she was talking about, had on the long black, like a trench coat, had on long black pants and kind of like dress shoes, and he had on a white shirt underneath. It was kind of like a dressy, but it was really weird, like dressy, and he was solid. He wasn't like Shadow. He was a solid person, but he had really pale skin.
So you could actually see he could actually see features on him. He wasn't just like oh, gotcha. Okay. So similar to what Terry saw, but only with features.
Yes. And then I actually saw a Hat Man as an attachment to someone a few years back. But this Hat Man looked similar. However, he showed his teeth at me, and they were like really jagged, like really scary looking. And he was, I could see his features, and he was really pale, like almost like a gray, pale white, real pasty looking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Interesting. All right. So what story did you want to share? Or stories?
Well, I'll just share one to keep it simple. But it's something, I've had paranormal experiences as far back as 3 years old all my life, and it was pure torment growing up as a child because I didn't understand any of this, right? And but here's the thing. One thing that happened all the way up until 2015, when I had my out-of-body near-death experience, was almost every night at 3 a.m. if I was in bed asleep or awake, there would be this, it was like a black mist that would literally choke me. Now, sometimes I would wake up being choked, and the doctors would say, oh, that's sleep paralysis. No, 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 no. When I would wake up, I would see the same thing that I would see when I would be awake. Okay. And
Gotcha.
because what it was, a lot of times, after I became a nurse, I would take night shifts, and because I couldn't sleep at night, it was horrible. But the nights I was off, so I would still be up at night. And when I get home, I would get attacked, and I would see
Wow.
this very same thing attacking me. It's just a black mist, like a black blob is really the only thing I can do to describe it. It had no shape really, but I would watch it float, and then all of a sudden I would be choked. But it's like it didn't have hands or anything, but it felt the same way as being, hands around my neck. And I couldn't breathe. I couldn't yell, anything. And I would just, in my mind, I would just have to keep saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And then it would let me go and it would leave.
Wow.
But I mean, that was all my life until I had that experience. And when I came back to my body at that point, there were different spirit realms of love that began teaching me how to release my fear of this thing and all the entities, the negative ones that I had encountered all my life, and how to, cleanse my home, how to cleanse myself, and also how to have the mentality over these entities and keep myself covered, because I did not realize all those years I was a medium. I had no idea. So, because of the religion I was raised in, so I had no idea. Until, I think I was in my early 30s that it even became an idea. I saw something on TV. There was a lady on Oprah, and she was describing things, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. And I kind of played with the idea for years. Am I psychic? Am I a medium? And it's like, but with religion, that was a no-no. It was a big no-no. I live in Kentucky in the Bible Belt. Huge no-no.
Right.
And so, but after that happened, I know it's God, and that's all I can say. Now I have overcame that fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to interrupt that, but Kieran, are you talking about Michelle having a cat? He sees a little black shadow. Do you have one of the dogs or a cat laying on your lap? Because I can hear something purring. Or now you froze on us.
It's my it's my pug. She snores all the time. She has to be right at me.
Yep. Kieran, were you talking about her? Were you talking about Michelle? Because she has a pug laying on her lap. I thought it was the dog. I could hear the snoring. Oh my God. So that is, hey, MCAT, hey, Mike. That is a crazy story. And I have a similar one to that. And I know if you guys go and Mark already put your link in. If you guys go and subscribe and watch The Paranormal Experiencer, you can see and hear her stories, a lot of her stories that she has put up there to tell us of how she grew up. And she and I have become friends, and I've heard more probably than you've got up there. But yeah. But oh my gosh, thank you. There he is. He put it up there for us again. Thank you so much, Mark. You're doing a great job. But thank you, Michelle, for sharing that with us. And we're going to continue to do this every once in a while so we can all share more stories, because most of us have had multiples. So awesome. Great. Thank you so much, dear. Love you, dear. Bye. All right. Who else wants to come up? Nikki, you want to come up? So I have a similar thing as Michelle did. And the Mothman, yeah, I'm trying to keep up with all of the I'm trying to keep up with everything that's going on in the chat as well. For Mike from MCAT or anybody else that has just joined, here is the link if you want to come up and share your best, spookiest, favorite paranormal experience with us. I'm having people up one at a time. And thank you so much, Sandra from France, for, yes, I have seen some entities. Thank you, Nikki. Please do hit that thumbs up. So for me, one of the scariest parts of my life, and I'm an empath, and so when I moved into this house, which was built in the 1800s, we rehabbed it, and I've had, because I was born on Halloween, I've, really had feelings and stuff, but I just didn't realize it. And I've had mediums tell me, oh my gosh, you have the ability, blah, 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 and I never really understood the abilities I had until I met Ashley and Tina. And so then they were like, oh yeah, you're an intuitive empath. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So when I was living with my sister, actually, she lived with me here in this house for the first 5 years. And this property has been part of my life, pretty much my whole life that I can remember. So it's built into a hill. And so when you come in the front door in the back, which is now my front door, you come in on the second floor and my bedroom's right there. And I was having night terrors, very similar to what Michelle was talking about. I would be completely, like I was being held down in my bed and, couldn't figure out if I was dreaming, if I was awake, what was going on. But I knew I was terrified of something that I couldn't see, that I couldn't express. I couldn't scream. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I couldn't get away from it. And I know there was times where I woke up and I have a ceiling fan in my bedroom and there would be snakes, ginormous snakes, and they were on the ceiling fan and just going around in circles on the ceiling fan. I remember seeing eyes outside my bedroom window, and my front porch is where my bedroom is. And then it goes up onto this roof underneath my bedroom window, like you're looking right in it. So it very well could have been an animal or a person, but I felt like it was part of whatever was scaring me. And I was having these night terrors every single night. So similar to Michelle, I was definitely scared. I didn't know what to do. And I finally went to an angel reader with my mom. Her friend was into angel readers and I didn't believe in her or whatever. And finally I was just like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. And she gave me a prayer to say. And so I had to say that prayer as soon as I would lay down. And then if one started to come on, like I got it worked. And so if one started to come on, I would just keep saying it over and over and over until it would go away. And so it did work. And I don't know if it was just, in my head, or if now I feel like it did definitely work. You know what, Terry, I don't know. Hey, Nikki, I don't know why it happened. I don't know if it was just, they were just trying to let me know that I had ability. I really don't know, honestly. And I haven't told a lot of people about it. So Nikki, what are you doing? It's like what time in the morning your time in the UK?
It is 18 minutes past 2 a.m.
Oh my God, girl.
I'm always up late. I
know you are, dear.
Well, I gotta stay up late to watch you, haven't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Mark says I was drinking cheap bourbon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, my experience is a lot like what you was just saying today. I've always known that I'm an empath.
Mm-hmm.
Always known that I've got other gifts, but I've always been afraid of it. So things that have happened to me, I don't know how to control. Like when I was saying to you, when you were on my channel, when there's negativity or there's drama, I cannot shrug it off. It sticks to me and I just can't take it off. But when I was younger, I started having these. I used to have to sleep with my mother until I was 18 years old most nights because
Wow.
I was feeling all these presences, and there was something I always remember one. It was it frightened. It just really frightened me. It was like I was falling into a dark hole, and there was all this vibration around my body, and this sound in my ears. That's when I realized that there was something really going on, like. But I need to find somewhere local to me where there's like where they do these churches, spiritualist church. I need to find someone that can help me to like ground myself and protect myself, because I just don't know how to do it. Because my mental health, I think you don't. But now I'm getting better. I
Good.
think I'm in the right place to do it now.
Yes. So do you have any crystals? Do you use any crystals for protection, Nikki?
No.
You should really, and it's so expensive to send stuff to the UK, but I'm sure you probably have a local place there where you can get them. But
Yeah.
tourmaline, TOURMALINE, I think. TOURMALINE is one that you should really get and put above your doors, like your external doors.
Yeah. I'm writing
For
this down
sure.
now as you're saying it. Well, send me a message, and
I will.
yeah,
Yep.
you can tell me
We'll
what to do then.
Yeah, we'll send you some more crystals that you should get, and then you need to learn to. Do you meditate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep that as a staple to meditate all the time, because I was just taking another master class, and that was one of the things that she said is to, yes, Nicole, is to just keep doing that. Exactly,
Yeah.
Michelle. Amethyst, exactly, Christine.
And I got activity happening all the time in my house. And
Yeah.
I think that's because Spirit have discovered that I am open, and they're trying to, not necessarily anything bad. I don't feel anything bad yet at all. But like when the pictures come off the wall and things like that, it does scare you, you know? But it's like, I suppose it's them trying to tell me that they're there, you know?
Yes. Yep. And you know what? You talk to them. Have
Yeah, I do,
conversations with them. Yep, for
I do,
sure.
yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
just show you that you're not afraid, I think, you know?
Yep. You're not afraid. You want to try to help them if you can. If they do anything too crazy that is scary, don't do it anymore. Stop doing
Yeah.
it. Maybe
Yeah.
you could do what Terry did and write a note. Tina said if you message, she's messaged us on Get Spooky, so we can send her a message back with a list of crystals and maybe some other key things that she can do to ground herself and to shield. You need to learn to shield for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
I know my daughters had an experience in one of my old houses when they were little, and I didn't find out until a few years later. Every night they said that there was what they called him a shadow man, because to them that's what he looked like. Well, I researched it, and what I looked at and found was that you're not meant to approach them. They just don't show them that you're afraid, and they'll go, but they will come back, but don't approach them.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about because we've caught a few shadow figures, if you will, in our video, but we didn't see them real time. But I feel like definitely do not show them that you're afraid at all. Fear is what they feed off of. So for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Nicole says to tell them the pictures are off limits. They have to stay on the wall.
Yeah.
So Tina's going to help you. She's going to send you a message about shielding and grounding daily practices and crystals.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
For sure. Sure.
I'll get off and you can get someone else on then.
All right. Thank you, dear.
Steph. I'll be in the chat now.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nikki. All right. So hopefully we can help Nikki, and maybe Wade can also help a little bit there as well. If anybody else wants to come up, I think Christine's making it up that her computer's updating. She's just being shy. Nicole, do you have anything you want to tell? Who else is on here? Shandy. What do you got? Christine, quit being shy. The chairman, you got anything for us? Kieran, Sandra. All right. Well, until somebody else comes up here, if you have not watched our video from this morning, it was back at my old high school, and it was a dowsing rod session in the basement. And I'm still trying to, I know, Nicole, get your butt up here. Too shy, whatever. You don't have to show your face. You can just come up and talk. Just don't turn the camera on. But it was in the basement. Thank you, Shandy. And it was a dowsing rod session, and we did not have any other device go off at the time. But at the same time, Tina was down the hall, and she was doing her another investigation because we had too many people and the spirits weren't wanting to talk. You're just going to make, yeah, you should, Terry. You should make a video about all your stories. That would be awesome. We'll get you up here someday, Nicole. Wouldn't it be nice to hear Nicole's voice? Because I don't know if I've ever heard her voice. Tina, do you want to, I know you don't want to be on camera, but do you want to tell something? Yes, Nicole. Yes, Terry, you should definitely do that for sure. And if you guys haven't subscribed to each other, please subscribe. Cosmos and Spread is Michelle's other channel where she does the readings, etc. So you want to go check that out. Mark, you can't talk because you're not coming up either, mister. And yes, Kieran, I have heard about the Owl Man. I've not seen him. I've not really, I mean, I've seen things out of the corner of my eye. I've caught a couple apparitions on film, but never like really seen anything the way Terry and Michelle have seen them. But I do see things out of the corner of my eye. I know. I want Chris. She says that her computer's updating, but she does have a phone. She's just being shy because it's her birthday. I guess we'll give her a pass. Shutting down the peer pressure. Oh, you guys are so fun. Here comes Christine. There she is. Hi, Christine. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. No camera. I'm a hot mess.
That's okay. We don't care. We like your voice. What do you got for us, girl?
Well, I think I'll just tell a little bit more about Garrett here in the house and some of the weird stuff that we experienced, before and after you guys came. So we need you back here because, there's a lot of people, I think, that want to be spoken to.
Yes. 1 second. Hi, Mary T from BC, Canada. Thank you for coming on board with us. All right. Go ahead there, Miss Christine, because I know there's lots of stuff that has happened before and after, but then you were able to kind of put a name to him after the fact. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot of action, and the dog Oscar was always reacting to the weirdest things and just really bizarre things. One intense instance was, it was a Sunday morning. I only cook breakfast on Sundays. John and I were sitting in the kitchen and we were watching the Sunday morning show. And so I was facing away from John, and all of a sudden I just felt this really strong burst of air. And I whipped around and I looked at him. I said, "What did you do?" But he was looking rather surprised as well. He's like, "You felt that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I mean, we had no windows open, no doors open, no ceiling fans on in the house, but it was a very intense burst of air. And, so that was a surprise. It wasn't cold, but it was cool, but so that was different.
Right.
About a week after you guys were actually here, I was sitting in my living room on the love seat with my legs up, and the dog Oscar was on my lap, and my youngest son was sitting on the couch, but on the far end of the sofa. All of a sudden, I felt like 3 strong taps on my elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked because I thought maybe Evan was trying to get my attention or something, but he was clear on the other end of the sofa. And then I'm like, well, maybe it was a June bug or something weird,
Mm-hmm.
And I continued to watch TV, and it was like tap, tap, tap again on my elbow. Like somebody took their finger and was, just flicking my elbow. And
Right.
Oscar started growling at that point. And so that was just very interesting.
So tell them about,
yeah,
I'm trying to find Terry's, she wants somebody to share her. So I'm on another tab.
Mark shared her link a couple times.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
right.
It's in there. It's up in the messages.
Perfect. All right. So tell them about your grandson and the things that he's said, which just blows my mind.
Yeah. We had my grandsons. They were 7 and 3 for a long weekend, and that was before you guys came.
Mm-hmm.
And just normal stuff. They went home, and about a week and a half later, my son's like, Mom, Caden, the 3-year-old, was telling us about the boy who ran up and down the hall and ran up and down the steps. And then he was telling us about your friend who was there, who told him that he was shot in the head, but that he's okay now. And I'm like, Aaron, we didn't have any friends over while the boys were here. And he's like, oh, okay. So, Caden was talking to someone, a couple of people, it sounds like.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. But when they were here over 4th of July, which was after you guys, Caden mentioned something about a boy again. So, and there wasn't anybody else here except them.
Remember, didn't the door close, the bedroom door close or something? And he said the boy did it, not the ghost.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There was that weird instance, and he did. He was sitting at the kitchen table, and he said that was the boy, not the ghost.
Yeah.
And another thing that happened was we have one of those an electric fireplace in the extra bedroom. It was my mom's, and it was her pride and joy. And one day, it was a Sunday, I got up and I went in there, and I'm like, why is it so hot in this room? And I looked, and that fireplace was on, and the flame part was on, the light, the heat was on. And I mean, it takes work to get, there's like 3 different buttons you have to hit to get that to happen. And I'm like, John, and he swears he didn't do it. So we have no idea why that had turned on. Right. And then just last week, the chair in the dining room, so it was pulled out and angled really weird. And we don't go in there much. So yeah, it was really weird. So there's just lots of odd and end things here.
Right. Good night, Mark. Good night, Kieran, and whoever, chairman, and whoever else had to leave us. Squishy. They're calling him Squishy because he does these cemeteries, and they're wet because it's been raining a lot there, and so his shoes have been squishy. But anyway, yeah, that is so interesting. And I think what's really cool is that because is Laura leaving too? Oh, good night, Laura. First day of school tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
But he pees in his shoes. Shandy. But I think it's cool now that you kind of knew that people from your family were there, but you didn't really know. And didn't your grandson say that before we investigated about him running running with a boy.
Yeah, that was before you guys were here.
Yeah. And so then you had a name for him, and now you've got a name for him, which is really cool. I
Yeah.
like that. And I'm really excited to come back and spend some more time in the basement and then upstairs. I'd like to see how the upstairs energy has changed with all of the renovations that John's been doing.
Yeah.
I think that'll be interesting as well.
Yeah.
But it was such chaos down in the basement that, you know, you and I talked about that today, that I'd like to really be able to see. Thank you, Mary. Bye, Michelle. I'd really like to see, you know, if we didn't have like batteries going dead and stuff like that, and we're able to more focus on that area. And I think probably what we'd want to do is focus on the basement and on the upstairs first before we would go in and try to talk to Garrett again.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And I'd be interested to see if Garrett would go in the other rooms if we hadn't talked to him first too.
All right. Well, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Happy birthday. All right. Who else wants to come up? Anybody? Did MCAT leave? MCAT, you want to come up and talk? Did anybody else come up here? Anybody else come on here new that wants to come up and tell a scary story with us? Here comes Tina. Tina, is it you?
It's me. It's me.
Here
I am. I'm here.
Wait, Gina says today is her birthday too?
Hello.
Happy birthday, Gina. Can you hear us? Tina?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Gotcha. Hi, guys. I miss you so much. I can't stand it.
Good night, Nikki. Gina, happy birthday. It's her birthday as well. That is so awesome. We have two awesome people with birthdays today.
Yay.
It is. So, Tina, tell us a story.
Well, I'm excited that we're going to go back to Christine's because I think I'll be able to do that location relatively soon. So maybe in a couple weeks or so, we can go back there.
Yeah,
I'll be able to handle that. So, yay.
Awesome.
You know, I don't really have creepy stories because I don't like creepy stuff. So I don't deal with Batman or Hatman or whatever. And Mothman. I don't deal with that stuff. So I don't see it. I hope I never do. That sounds really scary. I don't like scary stuff.
Right.
I don't like clowns either. My mom's got a picture of a clown here in this bedroom where I'm staying, and it's really scary. But yeah, I can't wait to get back. I'm really anxious to get back, and yeah, it's been a month already that I've been out. So
I know. We've got lots of stuff that is going to be happening too. Well, it's a good thing this all happened now because it can't happen in October. And
oh gosh, no. That would be awful. If I missed October, I would cry.
Exactly.
Cry more than I already have.
So talk about what is your favorite or craziest thing that's happened in one of our investigations.
Well, I would have to go back to the very first one.
Yeah.
At Little Cedar Baptist Church.
Yep.
When I knew nothing about that location, you guys were like, here's the address, show up. So I did. And when I walked that premises, and I told you later what I was feeling as I got to the certain spot off to the side at the top of the hill, where my bottom, from my waist down, basically got that numbing feeling like pins and needles. I'd never had that sensation just on half of my body before. Usually, you get the chills or goosebumps all over. This was
Right.
only on my bottom half. And then come to find out that that's where the murder victim's legs were found
Right.
on that hillside. And I had no clue. I was completely shook by that.
Yeah.
That was very life-changing for me.
Yep. Yep. And that was just heartbreaking. It was a heartbreaking, and it was one of our very first. It was our very first investigation where the three of us were
The
together.
three of us, correct.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we had such a heartbreaking session with Monica.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us were ready or thought that was going to happen. And not that we weren't ready, but I don't think any of us really thought that was going to happen. And then we didn't know we were going to get in the church. And so the weird things that we caught in the church that we didn't like, that we actually were able to, like the growl, and then we didn't catch the figure in the balcony, but Ashley saw him.
Yeah, we saw him. Yeah.
All right. Bye, Christine. Happy birthday.
Bye, Christine.
So it was just really, really a crazy night. And then, Monica brought us down to tears. And then when we went back on Halloween last year and talked to her again.
Yes.
When she told you.
Yeah.
To tell her murderer.
To
F you.
F you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I trusted you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, I know. It still gives me chills. Yeah. Yeah. Every time I drive past there, I just like have flashbacks of communicating with her.
So if anybody wants to go back and watch our videos on that, it's in Indiana, a very small, it's the oldest Baptist church that's still on its original foundation in Indiana. And it's a charming little church, and it's open to the public. And Monica Lemons on Valentine's Day. What year was that? 2000?
No, it was
1980.
Like 87, 88.
88. Because I graduated that year. I think it was 88. And literally they were having a wedding. You can have weddings there. And so they're having an outdoor wedding, and on February 14th, I don't know why, but one of the little boys, I think, that was in it actually found the legs. And so this woman was murdered in Ohio, in Hamilton County in Ohio, or Hamilton, Ohio. And then they cut her up because they left her overnight and rigor mortis set in. So they cut her up to fit her into their car, and they threw her legs there.
It's over an embankment.
Yeah. And so she is upset because they never found the rest of her. They only found her legs, and her parents were able to identify her because she still had her cowboy boots on, and they knew it was her cowboy boots. And she did not want us to give her parents are still alive. She did not want to get us to give them a message. But she's upset and in limbo because she's never been, Oliver is not together. Like, she's still in limbo, and she really wanted us to tell her murderer to F off. Yep. So, but we're not going to do that because he is a lunatic, and it would just make him happy.
It would make him happy.
That he's still able to affect her because he called her one of his witches. Yeah. And
so we won't deal with him. But anyway, Michelle's saying she liked when I crossed the little boy over at the Masonic Lodge. Yeah, that one was awesome too. Yeah. But that wasn't creepy. That was just heart-wrenching.
Right. That was heart-wrenching. Oh yeah, Terry, the murderer is still alive and in jail. And in fact, he enticed another woman who was followed all of this, I guess, and killed her daughter and some other people because of him, for him.
Yes.
Hey, Burton, and welcome to our channel. And she wrote him all these letters that she was in love with him and that she did this for him. And he literally turned them over to the prosecutor and turned
Mhm.
on her and laughed about it. And so she then got convicted, I guess, as well. So, no, I don't think he is.
I think he's just serving life. I don't think
think
he's
so
serving
too.
death row.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mary T. I'm glad you found our channel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, for anybody that wants
Yeah.
to go and watch the first time that Tina had to help somebody cross over in one of our investigations, it actually happened at our one and only event that we charged a small fee for people to come so we could make some money for our investigations and our equipment. I do too, Terry. And so we had guests there that had paid, and they did. I mean, we showed them what a real investigation was like.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think the really cool part was, so if you go back, it's the Masonic Lodge. It was in, I believe, October or the end of September last year. And what was really neat is that we had split up into two different groups. And so Ashley and I started with our group in this room that we were not even going to investigate. And something pulled us in there and wanted us to investigate. And we found this little boy, 4-year-old little boy, that did not cross over because he thought his mommy was mad at him because he had gone on to a frozen lake and went through the ice, and his daddy tried to save him. And it makes me cry, tried to save him, and they both drowned, and he never crossed over because he thought his mommy was mad at him because his daddy died. So we were like in the midst of this, and then Tina and Dale brought their group from the upstairs down, and we're like, Tina, we need you to help this little boy get to his mommy and daddy. And that's when she took over. So it was intense. Not a dry eye. I wish I had been there for that because I wasn't there that time, but not a dry eye of any of our guests that were in that room with her or Dale.
Oh yeah, it was, we had so much, flashlight and cat ball activity. And then as soon as he went through the light that I opened for him, everything stopped. I mean, it just, nothing else after that. It just shut down. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Dale was crying. He'll say he wasn't, but he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Terry, we've learned to, it's hard sometimes, but we've learned to be able to manage it. And in fact, right now, I don't know if you've watched, and if any of you have watched our Cedar Grove Tavern videos recently, but we had the Randall crazy guy making the smoke detector alarm going off and all of this crazy crap. Like, we had completely lost control. It's the first time I feel like we've ever lost control of an investigation, and shit was just happening. And we were just like looking at each other. And in fact, so what happened was all of a sudden the lens cap fell on the floor, and it was in Dale's back pocket. And I have a screen capture from 15 minutes prior to that of it in his back pocket. And all of this is happening, cat balls and flashlights and smoke detector and EMF and meter, everything's going crazy. And we're all just like, what is going on? And all of a sudden the lens cap goes flying and falls on the floor. It had come out of his back pocket, underneath his t-shirt, and down on the floor. And he was so shook for the first time ever. He looked at us and said, should we be getting out of here? And Ashley's like, no, we need the SLS camera.
No, we're not leaving. Now's the good part. Yeah, he was shook. He was
right. So the best part of that is Tina couldn't go back. So all this, we did actually get these spirits like are now wanting to talk, because most of the places we do, you guys, are not, they've never been investigated. So people are not talking to them. So when we come in, they're like, oh my gosh, somebody wants to hear my story. So sometimes they do get more active. And the bar owner, she's the new owner, and she like texted me and said, hey, you guys might want to come back sooner than later, because like there's some stuff going down. So we did, even though Tina couldn't go with us. And yeah, exactly, Mary. Thank you.
Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly. And so what happened was, not to give it away, but Randall was and is a bully. And he literally can't stop himself. And he like runs it right now and wouldn't let the rest of the spirits talk. But he wants to cross over. He's trapped. And he wants to cross over. And so we called Tina and said, can you do this remotely? She's like, I'm not strong enough to right now. But
I had just had surgery, so
yeah,
no,
she's like,
not.
So we are going back as soon as
Yes.
Tina's able. We are going to go back.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, for sure. And help him cross over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she did, Wade.
She did.
Yeah.
Ashley has no filter.
The other cool part, too, is that when we did this location last year under a different owner, they were really messy. There's a bowling alley attached to it, and they were really messy. And we did the back room of the bowling alley because there were so many patrons in there, and they wouldn't let us in the main house or in the apartment because there was people living there, so we couldn't. So we went in the back room of the bowling alley, like where they set the pins and stuff, because it was the only place to get away from all the people in the bar and the noise. Yeah. And we talked to a Pat who had worked there and back in the day, and he had hurt his hand in one of the devices, the bowling, the pin devices. Yeah, the mechanisms. And Dale heard a growl real time. We didn't hear it, but he heard it. We caught it on video. Luckily, he was recording because my IR camera completely went corrupt. So it was blank, like black, because he had the regular camera. We had no lights on, but we got the audio. And Pat was not happy because his bowling alley was a disgusting mess.
It was dirty and disorganized, and he did not like that.
Yeah. A figure in my mirror, it's probably not. We see that a lot. I don't think it is. I think it's just stuff that I have in there. It's not a mirror. It's actually an aviary with glass in it. But anyway, we're going to go back. The bar owner now wants us to come back and wants us to actually chat with Pat and see if he's happy. And I really think that he's going to be happy now.
Yeah, because it's all cleaned up. Yeah, Terry, we do find some crazy places, but it's all Stephanie. Let me tell you, she works her rear end off trying to find us cool shit to go look at. Whoops, I said the bad word. Yeah, she really works hard getting us places.
Thank you. And
we don't pay for them. We just get invited in, and it's amazing.
Yeah. And we've got hopefully one that we're working on right now, and Tina and I need to talk about it again. Hopefully that we're going to get, and I actually want to get the judge to let us interview him on camera.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So we've got a really, 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 really cool one that is going to be it's folklore, but it was real and it happened. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. Amazing. And we're probably not going to get to the location where it happened, but we're going to be able to get to part of the evidence, if you will.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, you know what? It is, I think what sets us apart and why a lot of these owners, at first they're a little reluctant, like the one we talked to today, the brewery we talked to today is reluctant. But then once they see that we aren't out to scare people, that we're out to tell the history, any history that we can tell, if there is any, and then also help any spirits that might be there, whether they're past or alive, that we're not like, we're not trying to scare anybody. We're trying to preserve history.
Exactly. Not stirring up trouble. And the bottom line is we humans in spirit form or human life form, everybody just wants their name remembered.
Yeah.
They want to be remembered in some capacity. That's all we're doing is telling their story.
Yeah.
And it's that simple. And like Michelle said, it's respect, respect and honoring the living and the dead. It's you know, yeah, we like creepy stuff sometimes and scary stuff happens, but it's really just about respect.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yes. And you don't know about the flashlight thing? Why? I'm gonna tell you, I'm not turning it on and off, so, and it's not a remote, so I'm not sure how, but we have had a couple investigations lately that not one flashlight came on or off. So
Yeah, sometimes they go nuts and sometimes they don't. I
Mhm.
mean, it's the way I understand it, it's the energy connecting the battery to the light bulb.
Right.
They're not turned on. They are off.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know how or why, but they sure do answer when we ask questions.
They do. Well, and just to update you a little bit. So if anybody watched the episode from this morning, I am now, but we reset them a lot, Terry. So my follow says, everyone goes to love and light. Everyone just here to learn lessons. Some need more than others. Do you believe that to be true? No bad spirits. Mary.
Well, I believe that if they are bad on earth, then they're going to be nasty in spirit until they learn their lesson.
Yeah.
So if they're still lingering and talking with me, then they haven't gone to soul school and learned their lessons yet.
Mhm.
So, you know, that's a big discussion that would take longer than 3 sentences to answer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm not sure that I believe there's a hell. And I'm Catholic. I do now more believe, like what Tina said, and again, it is a longer discussion, but that they have to then keep learning lessons. And I just don't think people just go to heaven or hell. I think we just keep learning. And, you know, it depends on how quickly we learn the lessons, how many lessons we have to learn. If that's kind of an easy way, fast way to put it at the moment.
and as far as demons go, Terry, I don't allow negative and demon or evil and demons, so I can't say one way or another. I've never dealt with one because I don't allow them into my light or my team's light.
Right.
I work very hard to protect us when we're out.
Right.
And I do ground and shield every single day as my members do as well.
Yeah. 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 But what I was going to say before Mary had that question or that statement in question, I am hopefully going to get into the yearbooks and hopefully try to validate our last people we need to validate from the school, which was Tracy, Donna, and Eugene.
Oh, gotcha.
So, cross our fingers. I made some inroads today with that, and apparently the library has a copy of all of the yearbooks, and I think they called them booklets back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully I can
Good.
find a Tracy, maybe a Donna, but we don't know that she worked there, or a Eugene. So
Okay,
we'll
that
see.
would be awesome. Love the validations.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's my second favorite part after investigating is the research.
Right. Right. I'm telling you, if we can find a Randall or a Hollis or a Randall Hollis or a Hollis Randall, and I just know there's something there.
Yeah, I can't find anything yet, but maybe maybe when we go back, I can get more information. And channel some more, put it together.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, we've been on here an hour and a half, and we told
I have
everybody.
a great voice, really. I think I sound terrible.
No, you don't. You do. You sound really good.
I sound sick. I don't
No,
sound like
you
myself. I don't sound like myself at all. Oh, thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry. But yeah, thank you to everybody that jumped on. We just wanted to do a really quick one because, again, Christine and her birthday, and because we seem to have a core group that's on here all the time. And so I wanted
Yes.
to let everybody, and we celebrated Steve's last week from Three Souls. I think the next full moon is next Sunday.
I think
No. According to my thing, it says the 23rd, Friday.
Friday.
The Friday the 23rd.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
I am tired, Wade. I am. But I'm getting stronger every day. So I'll be back. I'll be back on camera soon, I promise.
Let's see, 23rd.
I can't believe I said that out loud. the girl who wouldn't let her feet even be videoed.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, the full moon is the 23rd on a Friday. So if we're not doing an investigation, we'll do a live. It's the second Aquarius full moon.
On Friday? This coming
the 23rd.
Friday?
No, the 23rd. Wait.
That's this Friday,
Is that this Friday? What?
Today's the 15th.
Wait a minute. Why is this weird? Why is
You're
this
looking
weird?
at the right month.
I am. No, I'm looking at July.
See?
Jeez.
I knew that didn't sound right.
Oh my God. The full moon is on the 22nd, Sunday the 22nd.
Sunday. Yes, next Sunday.
Next Sunday the 22nd. It helps to look at the right month.
Right?
Stupid.
Gosh.
I know. Thank you,
All
Wade.
right. All
So
right.
yeah, we're gonna do it next Sunday. We'll have a full moon, second Aquarius full moon live, and we might bring some more guests up. We did have a Friday the 13th. I was gonna go live on Friday the 13th, but there was too many people live.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry.
So we might sprinkle in some people if they want to tell another story. And then we'll also do some readings and have some fun with the second Aquarius full moon.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Sounds
guys.
fun.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.